composition of the cheese. So cheese is a dairy product made from milk, coagulants, bacterial culture, and sometimes salt and herbs. Cheese is made from milk of cows, sheep, goat, buffalo, or combination of these. A coagulant is a substance that helps milk solids separate from the liquid. This is usually acid like vinegar or rennet, and the enzyme found in stomach of living cows or the calf rennet. We are talking about that. Bacterial culture. Starter bacterial helps with coagulation and flavor and texture and prevent harmful organism for growing. Salts and herbs are also can be used in the cheese. Now after that, the texture of cheese. The texture of cheese is influenced by fat content with higher fat content leading to less firm and elastic body. Ripening. As cheese ripens, bacteria break down the protein which alters the flavor and texture. The process procedure produces more complex flavor at each stage. Microbes, the bacteria and fungi in cheese break down the milk fats and proteins which make cheese creamy and give them flavor. Some microbes cooperate while others compete for that. So to understand all of these characteristics, we have to understand the different changes which are take place during the manufacturing of cheese. So when we discuss the flow chart of manufacturing of cheese, all of these points can be easily cleared. So when we have to prepare the cheese, we will take the milk of 4% of the milk fat. This is the standard this is the standardization of the milk at the 4% of fat which is required for cheese manufacturing. After the standardization or during the standardization, we have to understand that the casein or fat ratio in the milk should be maintained from starting of the cheese manufacturing to the end of the process is around 0.7. So we have to maintain casein fat ratio at the 0.7 for the cheese manufacturing. Okay, this will provide the cheese of desired characteristics. Then moving forward, after the standardization of milk is pasteurized, and after the pasteurization, we have two methods to prepare cheese. First one is the starter culture method, and next one is the direct acid method. So in the industry, mostly direct acid method is used. In the direct acid method, after the pasteurization, the temperature of cheese is decreased to 4 to 8 degrees Celsius, and at this temperature, the 25% of HCl or other acid is added into the cheese, and due to this, the pH of cheese will reduce to 5.2 to 5.6. Okay, and this pH is essential for the further action of rennet, because at this pH, when we producing the mozzarella cheese, the stretching property of mozzarella cheese is obtained when the pH is maintained 5.2 to 5.6, because at this pH the dicalcium paracaseinate will convert into monocalcium paracaseinate, and after the rennet action, this monocalcium paracaseinate will provide stretching properties to our mozzarella cheese or other stretching type of cheeses. Okay, so after that we will use the coagulating enzyme which is rennet. In the Western countries, the coagulating enzyme used is the rennet, which is the calf rennet, but due to the its non-veg nature and the social and regional beliefs of the Indian people, the alternative of calf rennet is the Mato, which is used in the Indian industry for the manufacturing of cheese. And Mato amount used for the manufacturing of cheese in the direct acid method is 0.75 gram per 100 liter of milk. Okay. So after the adding of rennet, the milk is kept for the setting or the rennet action. Okay, and the settling time or setting time of the milk is around 25 to 30 minutes. Okay, after that the cooking of the cheese is done, in which the excess water is removed and the desired texture or flavor is provided. After the cooking, the cutting is performed. Before cooking, the cutting is performed. After that, the cooking is performed for the cheese. And after the cooking, the next important step for the preparation of hard cheeses. In the case of soft cheeses like cottage and mozzarella, after the cooking, the cheese is cooled down, and after that, brining or salting of the cheese is done, and then it is packaged and used for the consumption. But in the case of hard cheeses such as Parmesan, the next important process is the ripening. Ripening is the key process for the, or aging is the key process for the hard cheeses. In the aging process, the desired texture or flavor is mainly obtained by the lipolytic and proteolytic activities in the particular cheese in the controlled environment. and for this we will wrap the cheese into the polyfilm nowadays, and initially it is wrapped into the wax, due to which the external factor or microbial or fungal growth does not impact it, but the enzymatic action inside it will convert its will show proteolytic or lipolytic activity inside the cheese, and form desired flavor in the case of parmesan and other hard type of cheeses. So in this way ripening will play another important role. So this is the chart of the or flow chart of the cheese manufacturing, by which you can easily understand the different chemistry point we already discussed in previous two slides easily. So what is the role of the chemistry in the formation of cheeses? Cheese and their compositional and basic chemistry with the help of their processing methods. Okay, so this is all about today's session. I hope this session will be helpful for you, and we will meet in another session.